Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Team Steve. Here we are back at it again. Monday, our first Monday night football game. But of course, we had a good weekend, right? We all watched some college ball, first week of NFL. How'd your teams do? How did you do? It looks like Ron totally cashed out there, just crushing it as usual. But yeah, I'm ready for some Monday night football. The most probably anticipated game that we've had in a long time. I mean, the premiere of Aaron Rodgers. How can it get any better than this? How are you today, Ramon?
I thought Thursday was the most anticipated. Now that the Chiefs lost, all of a sudden this. Well, no, I mean, it's 9/11. Let's take a moment and reflect. And it was not by mistake that the Buffalo Bills will take on the New York Jets with Aaron
Right.
Rodgers and uh, Allen and 9/11 and all that. I mean, every year it doesn't. We're going to still think about this. I don't know. We're getting older, but I don't think the generations have passed. And even though, you look back at that, it affected everybody. But yeah, it's going to be. I wish it was time. I wish it was time right now. That was a great
Right.
week. It was a great weekend of football. Yesterday's action was just uh, good. It was good. It was good. It was good. It was fun. It was entertaining. It wasn't great. It was not great. It was
Yeah, it
not
wasn't
great.
great for
NFL
like
football.
fantasy, that's for sure. A lot of low scoring quarterback numbers out there.
A lot of low numbers, Mindy, and I don't know. I'm not going to take a victory lap on this, but I did post in the Discord so far. Unders win 11-4,
Yep.
and and it could have been. Hey, you had the winning uh, total on Eagles Patriots. It is arguable that some people may have gotten a push out of that, or even an under, because it actually went from 44 to 46 to 44, and you got that good number as a good handicapper would. And I think that was one of the big stories yesterday with the Eagles and the Patriots. Good thing the Eagles got that defensive handicap of 2 touchdowns early, because the Patriots ended up playing okay, and I don't think there were any negatives to their situation other than the L on the scoreboard. You kind of worry about the Eagles all of a sudden the way the Patriots came back, but there were bigger stories. I think than that in the league yesterday, but that certainly was one of them. New coaches, Mindy, 0 and
Yep.
5,
New
by the
quarterbacks, 0-3, right?
way. And I thought the rookies accounted well for themselves. So actually, for the given expectations of rookie quarterbacks, not I didn't see anything too disaster. It takes a long time, right? Um, if I could refer maybe to the old school methods of a team like the Green Bay Packers. I'm not going to call you out necessarily. I had the Packers as a premium, but remember it was Jordan Love that held the clipboard, and it was Rodgers who held the clipboard, and Love looked right in place with the Packers right away. It looked like the same Packers to dominate the Bears each time. The Niners. How much of an upgrade, Mindy? Obviously, they're still highly rated. I say the Eagles. I'm not going to downgrade them because they got the win, but the Niners' performance was so impressive. Are they the two teams in this? Are they head and shoulders above every other team in the NFL, in the NFC? I'm sorry. No, sorry, Mindy. Even though the Chiefs lost, I'm still going to give the Chiefs all their props. But NFC.
Well, I mean, I think we got to see what the Bills do here tonight, right? But
Okay.
yes, agree with you on the NFC there. I just think we need a little bit more time, right? I just don't know if one game's enough. I don't know. Maybe the Steelers aren't for real, right? They were the ones that were really being hyped up. We're used to Mike Tomlin just being just outstanding, right? And suddenly he's the one that's kind of dropping off a little bit. Pickett just didn't look good. I don't know what to say. Maybe it's that 49ers defense. Maybe it's a little case of getting used to the new season, right? I mean, it's kind of one of those things to see how it all gets done. I think it's going to be interesting because I kind of believed in a lot more of the hype with the Steelers this year, but I'm not quite sure the Steelers are who we thought they were, Ramon. That's kind of how I see it. So maybe give me a little bit more time for this 49ers team before I crown them champions.
Yeah, no, it's a bummer for the Steelers. I mean, we had them yesterday.
Yeah.
I do want to point. So our community picks we didn't click as well as we would have liked to open up. But let me quantify this, Mindy, if I can. I know we're Team Steam here. We are all about let's work together. And but Mindy, so even though we didn't quite get it done there with Team Steam, um, I don't know if you researched this, so I'm going to throw you a little quiz here, and we'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com. Do you know what the premium picks record in the NFL is for you and I so far combined? Premium picks, our best picks at Tony'sPicks.com.
I want to say 15-5.
Well, I think we let me see here. I think it's 17-5. So you
Okay.
obviously, or maybe we jacked on more, so you did look at it.
Yeah, because I think you were like 8-2, and I think I was 7-3. I thought.
Yeah,
Something
and
like
then I won the night game as well with an under, I guess, there.
Yeah, and I had the Cowboys. So.
Yeah. Well, I was actually, maybe you were right in a way, but I was counting our for the week so far. Don't forget we had the winner on the under. That was
Okay.
17-5. Take a look at this so far, and also hats off to Pravi as he comes in with an 8-2. Joseph Schultz also 3-0 in the NFL so far, and the VIP, the GM, he's coming in with a 3-0, and Nick Bartini, Joseph Schultz as well. So, really good start for Cappers. But you and I combined with our premium picks, those are our paid picks. Want to be respectful to everyone here. We're going to give you a bunch of free winners in just a few moments with Major League Baseball. We'll know this. For me, it's becoming a little bit boring on base, because there's not as much sharp action right now. Believe it or not, the biggest bettors in Major League Baseball might be shutting it down just a little bit. But I feel I like the card today. Just a little bit, we're all a little bit worried. But Ron Hahn mentioning the biggest bummer of the day here was J.K. Dobbins. I
mean, man, he looked so good too before he went out, and just missed that prop. What was it?
I would show this. I'm a little bit mad at Ron for putting that. That was an Achilles injury. That is just something.
He's kidding.
But that sucks. Especially for him, Achilles injury, like we know. I mean, this is hard. This is rough, and he has gotten injured though before.
That's what McNabb had, right, back in the day, and that took him like a year. But he was able to come back.
I don't know if it was. I don't know if anybody. Is it my quote? Can I have a quote that nobody? I mean, we only have our family here, right? But I think I own the quote that once you're injury prone, you're always injury prone.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Maybe people do say that. Hello to Ray. Props for tonight's game. This game's going to be pretty awesome. No doubt about it. I think there were interesting plays certainly, but again, the low scores, the defense. The afternoon had more touchdowns than the evening, and there were 3 less games.
Yeah,
thanks to the Dolphins.
Good ones in there, Dolphins and Chargers. What a great game that was! That was like by far my favorite game of the day.
I think I did call. I didn't say 70, but
yeah, I never heard 70, but you might have.
I think I said 60. I said 60.
Yeah, right.
60-ish. Whatever it was, I said 60-ish. It might be. I said it might get into the 60s, and it did. Okay, we got to cover these baseball games, and just want to say hello to folks as well. And hope I didn't miss your comments, but yeah, Niners right now. See if I had any other. Mindy, you had the most popular. Look, hey, I had them too. I'm just stating it as a fact. One of the most popular plays for handicappers across the industry yesterday, Mindy, was the Cleveland Browns. It looks like it was kind of a handicapper versus public. So public, yeah, there was sentiment for Cleveland, but I think because of Joey B, the public took a pretty big loss from what I understand on that game. Cappers were right on there with the Browns. And the Bengals, they were 100-1 to be the lowest scoring team of Sunday.
Really? I figured it was going to be the
They weren't.
Arizona
That's
Cardinals
the
for
thing.
sure.
The Giants won that honor because it got
Well,
shut out. But
obviously, but I thought for sure it'd be like Arizona would be the low scorer of the week, you know?
well, that's another thing is apparently the Commanders were like the big play on all those survivors,
They
so they
could
were
not
all
cover.
sweating that one. So kudos. That's what you kind of look for, and right. This is professional football, man. Mindy, as an athlete, would you get an opportunity to play? I mean, look, you may have to pay for your own lunch in the Arizona Cardinal team facilities, but you're still a professional football player looking for the opportunity of your life to sign a professional contract. And, the Washington Commanders are nothing special. This ownership, we just hope they're a little bit morally better, but they don't look like they're any, they look just as goofy as the last group, as the last guy to a certain extent. Matt D talking. I think I just saw some reported steam come in on this game. If you could bear with me a moment, can I read off some teams that have taken action here? About 10 or 12 of them maybe here, taken steam already this morning, including Colorado State plus 23 against Colorado. I'm going to read these in reverse chronological order on Saturday, but Colorado State has taken steam this morning, plus 23. BYU took steam at plus 11. Purdue appears to be taking action against Syracuse at plus 3. Pittsburgh taking heavy action early against West Virginia. That game was plus 1, maybe going to a pick, or Pittsburgh might be favored. Miami of Ohio plus 17 took action against Cincinnati. San Jose State plus 9 against Toledo took widely reported steam. Texas A&M minus 31.5 or 32 took big action against Monroe. Oklahoma minus 26 taking big action this morning against Tulsa. Oregon State getting a lot of attention from bettors as well, minus 23 against San Diego State. Iowa taking large bets already, limit bets here early, I'm telling you, but the line is on the move. Iowa, Mindy, against Western Michigan, minus 27. Florida International and under. The only total that's been widely reported, steam. I reported a lot.
Florida International put up some points this week.
Yeah, and they're hitting this one under with Connecticut and that D a little bit. 45.5, they went under. I reported many moves that were at the Circa yesterday on that afternoon show, and I've repurposed the video if you want to go hear these moves. Some of the moves on the totals were 5 or 6 points. Also, a few more here. New Mexico plus 1 against New Mexico State. Illinois plus 15 against Penn State. And Ohio plus 3 against Iowa State. We didn't talk too much there, but we hit that one, Mindy, on Saturday. I know we didn't talk too much college football here.
I had one of those weird, same game parlay boosters. So I had Iowa plus 6.5, Iowa State plus 13.5, and under 44. Same game parlay that I totally won $43 on.
And I don't know if I'll press you on with the Huskers.
Oh boy!
All I have
is amazing.
Well, right. If you have a dynamic quarterback, that covers up. Look, there's other athletes. We know it's different. And again, I don't think Colorado is anything super special. Again, I'm more disappointed.
Yeah, they still are only averaging 1.7 yards a carry, in 2 games now. They're not all that they, are cracked up to be necessarily statistically wise, right? But they surely believe they can win, and that's half the battle, right? But yeah, Nebraska, everyone here is calling for Sims and Satterfield's head today. That's for sure.
Well,
that's always been the thing with Rule, right? I mean, he's brought Satterfield with him wherever he's gone, and Satterfield has always been his weak link offensively. And he was the one that wanted Sims, who is, the one that is out there currently with the most turnovers in all of the NCAA, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those the defense for Nebraska looks pretty good. Offensively, they just can't score.
No, the defense looks better than ever. Better than the
Sure.
last couple of
Happy with
editions.
that.
Really, considering if we're going to give a little bit, if we're going to give any respect to Colorado on the offense, on the passing offense, they did play right into Nebraska's hands. I think as far as the personnel on Nebraska,
Sure.
but
Safety's
again,
got, let him get behind him again. That's one of those things
look,
that it's tired.
I don't bring you as a Husker backer. Look, I think I've made my affinity known for the program. And to
Right.
me, it just continues to be. I went against Nebraska because I continually will, if I do back Nebraska, it's usually faced with a lot of disappointment at the end. And again, that's what we got from the Huskers, I think, not only.
Yeah, follow
game,
Tommy Frazier on Twitter. He'll show you his displeasure with the program.
Thank you. No doubt about it. I mean, look. So that was just it, I think, there. And I still will look. I mean, there were spots Nebraska had good games last year. People have scored some points, but
Well,
that
they might get, like the next 4 out of 5 games. It might be tough, but at least they have a chance.
And premium picks, don't forget.
Struggling programs there in the Big Ten, Ramon.
Yeah, well, the Pac-12 still rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was ready to jump, see what could happen in a game like Wisconsin and Washington State. Pac-12 continues to roll, and no wonder these conferences wanted to suck up these West Coast, the big schools, because the other ones are going to get left in the dust, and that's going to be too bad. They might even maybe they should just jump ship and have their own thing for a while. That'd be embarrassing, but. I guess with an expanded playoff, they'll actually be able to. They'll have the one team come out of some type of conglomerate of all the weak West Coast that's left over. So maybe there's a chance for my favorite team or some of these crummy ones, but they would have to go undefeated and also beat some Power Five to get in, to get even a whiff. But again, and that's just in an expanded playoff. We don't have to worry about the small playoff anymore. You can fit a weak team in there. But all right, take a look at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. And okay, I think we got everybody said hello. Let's get rolling. We kind of maybe can continue the discussion a little bit. I know there were more winners I want to tell that Mindy had, including Tennessee yesterday. I gave them out on the show. Tony had them as well against the Saints. That one wasn't pretty, but they got it done. The Buccaneers, Mindy, that was the one we were all excited, and that was the highest scoring game at halftime. We were like, and even though it wasn't that much, I mean, there was, like I said, there was limited scoring, but one game that had the most scoring was Tampa Bay, Minnesota. And I'm like, well, maybe we'll get there I went 0-3 on overs. I just went out of here and talked a bunch of garbage about how every game probably will go under. And certainly
there's just too many turnovers to hit those overs in those games.
Okay, no doubt. And sloppiness, yeah, very much. And also,
this should have easily went over. And then, you have, again, fumbles on the, going in on your own 10s, things like that. So.
You also had Rams Seahawks under, and that one did stay under, although it was kind of close. But I'm not putting any stock into a resurgence in the Rams. I think we might be seeing a couple of just okay teams out there right now.
From Seattle, though, getting letting the Rams beat up on them.
I left money on the table there, Mindy. In hand with in pocket with the Rams, but didn't want to publicly admit it. But Rams, I like when teams dominate other teams in NFL series, and you can see there were several of those yesterday. And the Rams are one of the ones against the Seahawks. They often get the money, and also you had hats off to you, Mindy. I took the Giants. You had the Cowboys as a premium, as many did. I terrible call on a home dog yesterday for me, but wasn't a premium, just gave it on the show. You had it as a premium. Good job. I actually had the under in that game, and, well, Thomas said right there, it stayed under.
That's right.
40-0. All right, well, I guess you
Not what we thought it might be, but it worked out.
I guess you could get one right when you get one wrong. Well, we'll continue our NFL. I imagine, Mindy, that you have a winner for you probably. Let's put our handicapping minds together. I don't mind if I sacrifice my premium. You're going to give me your second-rated play. There's only 2 plays we give out on our shows. I know you probably go premium tonight. It's not a ugly enough, man. This is a game everybody wants to be involved with. Whether or not it's a strong opinion, you can tell us maybe. But tonight, the Bills on 9/11 here on the road against the Jets. If anything, I'll preface my and let you go. But Josh Allen, his stock arrow is still kind of pointing down in a way to me because of the inconsistencies we saw late in the season, the turnovers. Maybe it's a gunslinger mentality. Maybe they can still reel that in. Maybe we saw a little bit of he was a little too good for the league, and then the defenses catch up a little bit. As for Aaron Rodgers, here's the thing I would say about with the Jets and having if we put Aaron Rodgers back on Green Bay yesterday, they probably would have won, right? Even though Love looked really good. Love's numbers or performance looked like kind of what Aaron Rodgers probably would have maybe not been as good. Here you do have a Rodgers win with a lot of talent, both sides of the ball, but the Bills have all that recent success.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be exciting. It's going to be a good one. I think both of these teams have put all their eggs in one basket. I mean, they're going to go for it this season. I feel like I have a Bill squad. I feel like they're rebuilding a little bit, but I still think there is that camaraderie between, Diggs and Allen and Diggs and those receivers. I think the only thing they've always kind of been missing is like a stellar running back. But Josh Allen, he's going to go ahead and keep everyone on his toes. But you got to go up against guys like Sauce Gardner and stuff. This Jets team, I think, is going to, definitely go ahead and be ready for them. But again, I feel like there has to be more time. It's just me, maybe. I feel like there has to be more time between, Rodgers and these receivers. Maybe they're all ready to go. Maybe because he's had Lazard in the past, he's just going to have that affinity already right there. I just think that the Bills are going to be too good in this one here today. I'll take the Bills on the money line here in this one, Ramon.
All right, Mindy, gonna still ride with.
I'm gonna ride with those Bills. That's right.
The team that's had look, the Jets have had their aspiration. We went through the whole, the whole deal, right? Thinking that they had their quarterback. They didn't. Come on, they didn't, and they never did. And now, but yeah, I think the one thing I've gained from seeing the situation with, I didn't watch too much of it. I tried to get mostly the clips of the Hard Knocks, right? Those big stories that kind of come out of it. I've never watched.
As soon as you talk about the mushroom tea and then, Rodgers seeing UFOs, I was like, I don't know what's happening anymore.
Right. Well, that was something we talked about, right? The drinking the drink. I mean, that's something we kind of talked about last year, that stuff. But yeah, that's a great point, really, about still getting to try to mesh with these guys, right? I mean, look, the Bills have a strong run defense, so but Dalvin Cook, that's a whole nother story. That's kind of a weapon that you'd want to have.
Yeah.
That Jets secondary so good. I kind of still buying in. Maybe I don't want to get disillusioned by what happened last night because you have kind of I don't know, if you look at that, it's kind of the same situation. The Bills are better than Dallas over the last several years, certainly, but Giants have been, underachieving. Okay, Danny Dimes had moments, but he's still a guy who's like 10. Like, what is he, 22 and 35 or something like that? No, I don't want to even equate. Aaron Rodgers is on another level, even as a veteran here. It's down to 45.5. Well, I've missed a 1.5. Of course, you know where I'm going with this one. I've got to go under. This is Monday Night Football, Mindy. What am I kidding? This is just pro football. I'm on the under, everybody. The move's actually been on the under, Mindy, so I've missed out on about a 1.5 here. I think everybody can agree that it was as high as 47. So maybe on your side, if you look at the way that, that this game is kind of moved, I think do I have 2.5 on the screen? Because, oh, no, it's 2. It's 2. But you said money line.
Yeah, I'll just take them on the money line.
All right. And sorry for the delay here in the chat, but let me at least get everybody's plays up, and then we'll go into the baseball. Butterscotch does like the over here, and James is on the under. Matt's with you, and more under action. I don't want to more. I've said it on both the weekday and the weekend about all these. And again, Mindy, remember the biggest one was road. Road favorites under 3 points.
Right.
I don't even know what but short road favorites, 3 points or less, 76%. Going into the season, I didn't figure out what it was yesterday. I'm sure that given yesterday's results, there are a couple in there as well. So, and at that, maybe 3-1 would be the same thing. And I'm sure with 11-4 so far to the under, that's probably the way it's going. I'm going under. Division game, division home dog. This is a solid under situation. Technically, I'll give you Josh Allen. I'll give you Aaron Rodgers. Okay, did everybody get their play in? I don't know if I missed any. All right. So Mindy will take the Bills, and I'll take the under. And thanks a lot, everybody. Enjoy this big game tonight. I don't want to say because 9-11, the 2 games, but and Damar Hamlin has played so far he has taken the field already. He's been in action, so it's not a huge deal. Yeah, there'll be maybe a little bit more speed tonight, but Damar Hamlin, it's going to be great that he'll be playing in the game as well tonight for the Bills. That's another great thing. I'm sure we'll see something cool on that.
All right.
Let's win tonight in baseball because I like what's going on. Everybody wants to put it to rest. How about the Braves? No,
did the Braves clinch? Did they do it?
Man, you'll look at them. I'll call up all the numbers here. I'm stuck in the wild card race a little bit, but I'll get that quickly here, I'm sure, for you, Mindy. And right now, yeah, they've definitely locked up at this point the playoff berth, and they currently hold what are they ahead of the Dodgers here by about 6 games or so for number 1. So good job, Braves. Again, right. You look at who they're throwing out there every day. I mean, look, this is at least Charlie Morton, but they've been throwing out some other arms out there, Minnie. They're playing with a little bit of a lead here.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I still am probably going to take the Braves here today, even though they clinched. I still think they have a bit to play for. These guys have pride, right? They don't want to lose to the Phillies, just in case we, have to go ahead and take a look into the future. The Braves have been really reliable on the road here as well. 8-2 in their last 10. Phillies have been, I don't know, just maybe mediocre. They've dropped 3 of their last 4 and 4 out of their last 6. And Morton's been pretty dominant here as well. So 0 runs in like his last, 5 starts. Been playing pretty well. I'll take the Braves.
Right. And if anything, right, those kind of numbers would fit you. Now, maybe they do need Charlie Morton in this rotation. Right. I mean, I think it's arguable that he could be, if all the Braves starters are ready to roll, that he could be a number 3 or 4 in there, right? But these numbers would indicate use Charlie Morton in the postseason. And you mentioned how solid he has been. Looks like kind of a big discount here, but Taijuan Walker, he's one of my profitable guys. He's 15-3 with the Phillies in his last 18 starts, and with Morton on the road, just 7-6. You were talking about, where all the teams stand. We know Philly is in control of that wild card situation, but they're certainly playing under a little bit of pressure to keep it going. So I'll take the under. I think good pitching here in this one. Maybe I'm a little bit worried and not getting enough with Walker. I want Walker, but maybe the price isn't good enough. Maybe I will end up on Atlanta eventually at $1.45. Let me call these up in case anything happened here. Moving. Okay, $1.45. And over a doubleheader here in this game is certainly something to consider. I'll split the games up here a little bit since it's a day-night doubleheader. It plays from one thing I'm learning, Mindy, about the weekend show a little bit is and you'll like this, is that our chat is baseball centric right now. Maybe because
Right.
we are one of the few shows putting in the day in and day out grind that other channels just don't do. And Tony does it, of course, too. But the Major League Baseball game by game is just real tough to find. People will have one play. There's not a lot of so I think that's why this segment, you see, or they like my other reason is they like you because we get over 100 viewers, and when I'm on, it's like 75. Okay, I'm on the under, you're on the Braves.
That's why you keep me around, Ramon, right?
Washington and Pittsburgh. I'm not too thrilled about this one. I'm just not seeing enough line movement to make me satisfied here. So maybe you can give me some good stats on this one. With I think Jackson, there might not even be a line because there's a line at DraftKings. This is what we're using on the screen right here. But right now, Pittsburgh undecided. Every time they've been undecided in this spot, it's been Jackson, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Pirates here, even though we don't really have much of a line here. I just kind of feel like they're the ones that are currently a little bit better with the bats. They've hit lefty pitchers too, if it kind of looks like it's going that direction. Again, the Nationals are the ones that have been keeping that on base percentage up. Like, it's been too high for me. A lot of runs scored usually in these games. I'm going to go ahead and take the Pirates. I think they're going to have the better pitcher today here. Plus, they've been hitting a little bit better than the Nationals here as of late.
Yeah, Jackson's numbers are fine. He's a bit of an opener, though, so I'm treating it more as a bullpen game. The Pirates still continue to roll on these overs, Mindy. 33-18 to the over. That's significant to me. And the Nationals are 6-2-1 to the over in their last 9. Corbin, a 14 ERA in his last 2 starts. I would go over in this one to give them 2 plays. You're on Pittsburgh. I think for me, too much volatility to play in this game, right? We go, Washington's been making us all this money, and then they lose 9 of 10. And who wants to play the?
I mean, just when you think that they're a team you can rely on, right? They tricked us, I think.
Did I miss the chat again? Maybe because when I'm all alone, I rely on the chat, and then I've got you here. I'm Indy. Let's tell me what's going on. All right. Scotch is on Pittsburgh here. Oh, no doubt. Believe me, Mindy, I don't reveal much on the air about our private, but Mindy, I just need someone else to talk to. I'm so lonely. Just talk sports with me. The old days, maybe, the lonely, I call people to talk sports with them. Maybe I can have a service. You can talk to Ramon about sports and like old days. I had 900 numbers, but they were a different kind of 900 numbers back in the day. I'd give my picks out. You'd call and you'd pay for my picks. Those 900 number.
Those types of 900 numbers.
Whoa! Let's get on to the next game. Wait. All right, Mindy. Here with the Cardinals going up against the Orioles with Hudson and Kramer. Cardinals, good for them. Having the good run here of late. Hats off. But the Orioles in position here. They lost that game yesterday, but the Cardinals got crushed as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Cardinals, they're a hard one to figure out, right? So I'm going to go ahead and be on the Orioles. I just think there's too much volatility here with the Cardinals team as of late. The Orioles have to keep their foot on the pedal. They got to push to make these playoffs. I'm rooting for them. So I'm taking the Orioles here today. I don't feel too bad about laying $1.65 or so in this one.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. In fact, it is down to $1.60. So I think the Orioles run is just a little bit too strong to ignore at a reasonable price here. It seems like to me. Cardinals 8-3 in their last 11, but you still have the Orioles in overdrive, 17-8 in their last 25 games right now for Baltimore. Despite that loss yesterday, I did give out the over on the show, and these two, maybe could be some runs coming here, but Baltimore's over in 15 of their last 21, and the Cardinals have gone over in 7 of their last 11. But I'm going to try the favorite here. These are favorites I'm okay with. Why isn't this game right? I mean, doesn't it feel like, when it is September, I'll tell you, there's a game coming up that there's a huge line on, 270-ish. And why wouldn't this game be over $2? But it does feel like it's about reached its limit that I'm comfortable with here as a favorite. Let's take Orioles. And
all right, we're doing it.
Fine. Yeah.
Everyone says Orioles are easy today, Brent. Everyone, yeah.
Right. I like Mike's comment. You call the gamblers helpline, and they're like, take the Jets tonight, or something. Take the Bills. Frederick Lundy, hello. Yeah, everyone Orioles, okay. T. Bush here, over. And I'm glad we're on the Orioles. I don't want to play the total just yet.
Cool.
I will say that, I'm so heavy on totals, but I think in September I shift a little bit. Last year I almost
I've noticed with the volatility of pitching staffs and bullpens, I have noticed the totals have kind of started to drop off a little bit.
Here's the Braves and the Phillies game too. So this one might be a little bit difficult on the handicap, Mindy. Maybe we'll just give it out there. Everybody should, take that into consideration when they're betting this game. But it looks like you have Kyle Wright here against Michael Lorenzen. So at least you have some established starters here. No bullpen situation. Whether or not they're any good is another question.
Well, I mean, Lorenzen's not been good since his, big game. I don't know what's going on. I see the Phillies fans have been greatly disappointed whenever I check out Lorenzen on the mound. So, I mean, even though I think it might be, this bullpen game here for Atlanta, I'm going to go ahead and take the Braves for the sweep today. I think they get both of these.
Okay, Mindy says Braves for the sweep. They've already clinched,
Yeah.
but not everything. They still want to. You still can finish with best record. That's kind of a big deal too. So yeah, Lorenzen 9.43 since that no, and let's see, is it going to be 9.5? Let me see where I'm getting this line from. I'm sure it's a DraftKings line. Oh. Maybe I just made it up, Mindy. I don't see a line out there.
Yeah, I hadn't seen one either. But whatever you make up, I'm sure is fine.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, I'm the bookmaker today. Let's see. Let's Ramon.
You usually do pretty well.
And that's what yeah. Well, we'll see. Ramon playing bookmaker here. Has anybody else seen any even speculative line here that can help me? Because I kind of want to go. I kind of wanted to make the Braves a little bit bigger of a favorite, but after I see the first game with, at 145 and 9 with, Morton pitching well and Walker certainly having a pretty decent, like I said, he wins games, competitive, stays in there, and he's obviously going to be a major starter in the playoffs for the Phillies. But these guys are, the bullpen running a little bit thin towards the end possibly here, but I'm going to go in the game 2. I am going to go with the under once again. 2 unders. So Mindy will give me the Braves in both of them, and I'll go under.
Sounds good.
Okay, and from the chat, we've got Burley with the over. And we're with, I think, the Braves in this one. Maybe James Avery with the over. And as I've said, with Butterscotch talking about, that, I mean, you only get 2 extra players now and not 15, but they've sent out a lot of the veteran pitchers who are just done for the season, right? No need. Bring them back next year if they're going to bring them back, and get your rest and the totals are up, Mindy, across the board a little bit here.
Sure. Big notice to that.
And Frederick on Atlanta as well. All right. Let's take a look now with the Rangers and the Blue Jays. We do have some games of significance, certainly today, and this got to be one of them, with Dane Dunning against Chris Bassett. And I'm showing right now that it's about $1.30, down to $1.30 here. Discount on Toronto, 9 under 15.
What's been happening to the Rangers, Ramon? I mean, the Blue Jays now, they've won 5 of their last 6, and it's one of those that I just, expect them to continue to play well here offensively. Toronto's bats have been hot. Rangers have not. I just feel like I can't go with this Rangers team right now. So we'll be taking the Blue Jays here on the money line.
What do you think this? I don't know what to attribute this move to. Do you guys see? Am I looking at just one particular? I take it off of one book. I try to keep consistent here. Let me look here across the board at the Toronto game, because you got $1 DraftKings, $1.42. So that seems extremely reasonable, even if I do have it at $1.30 on the screen. I mean, I got to think Toronto here.
Well, the Rangers bullpen has fallen to like the 5th worst. I mean, that's pretty bad.
That's stunning, especially when stunning Dane Dunning is on the mound to start. They've lost 16 of their last 22. Toronto's won 9 of 12. Let's take another favorite here. We play our share of I'm not going to say we have played more favorites here, but we picked the right ones, it seems like, somehow. Because
that's the name of the game, right?
Look at the overall body of work. There are plenty of Toronto backers here, it looks like, including Dre, including Scotch today. And Blue Jays here. Frederick says, how about a Nerfy today? Well, we'll say that Dunning has allowed a first-inning run. He's actually not that good. He's given up first-inning runs in 8 of 21 games. Bassett, he's a little better, 8 of 29. Hello to Michael Thompson. He'll join us early and gives us Toronto. Okay. And Thomas, first 5. All right. So take a look here now. We're on the Blue Jays there.
All right.
Diamondbacks and Mets with Zach Davies on the road here, going up against Jose Quintana. And for Quintana, is that right? No, it's $1.25. $1.25. I don't know if I'll have to see if you saw it move there, Mindy, but how could the Mets be? Hey, Arizona, they always play well in Chicago. No doubt. Now, I know they lost yesterday's game. In fact, I gave them out on the show. You had them as well. I don't know. Did we make a premium? Did we have a premium? Yeah. Did we have Cubs? I don't know. I'm sure. I think we did.
Let's see. I got it right here.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to make.
Yep, we had Cubs.
Okay, of course we did. And again, but that was after Arizona came in and won the first couple of games. So, but the Diamondbacks, remember, they're a team that is, playing pretty well. They're battling right now for that wild card, the Mets. So I can see where 125 makes more sense to me, but maybe it should be a pickup.
I mean, it sounds like you're not really liking the Mets, Ramon, but I do today. Okay. I think the Mets here get this playoff hungry Diamondbacks team only because I feel like Davies just has not been sharp, right? 4.61 ERA. But look at these splits on the road. Zach Davies has been absolutely terrible. 8.38 ERA. Quintana, on the other hand, he's been even better at home. 1.59 ERA. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Mets in this one, Ramon.
Okay, take the Mets in at home. Well, one thing I've said about the Mets situation right now is similar to the Yankees. I think they are playing a bit looser. Now, I know they've lost 3 out of their last 4 games, including they won yesterday's game. They beat Lopez. Lopez had another good game, but Tyler McGill was solid in that one. Quintana 2.67 ERA in his last 5 starts, so he's actually done well. He doesn't get much run support, and this game kind of reeks of an under. The Mets have gone under in 14 of their last 21 games. Meanwhile, Arizona's gone under in 8 of their last 11. Quintana's gone under in 6 of his last 9 starts. So for me, maybe that's what I can do here and take the under with Arizona and the Mets. Also, you look at these two teams in this situation with Arizona as a road dog has been a pretty solid under all season in that role, and the Mets as a home favorite. That the same thing goes there. Mets at home, 22-43 to the under this season, and Arizona road dog, not over, just about 7 or 8 games to the low. But let's go under here. Diamondbacks,
Right.
the Mets. And
The Mets.
let me get
Good job, Ramon. I like it.
chat here coming in this one, and. See Mike talking about the worst season for the Yankees, and yeah, I mean George would have been through 3 managers by now, probably, I would guess. And he would have brought back Dallas Green after after 90-year-old Billy Martin. Darren says Mets and under. New boy is stopping by. Nice to see you, new boy. Taking the backs. D-backs. All right. Okay, we are Mets for Mindy. I'm on the under. Yankees, Red Sox. Well, it wouldn't be a season without sticking these two teams together again.
Right.
And we'll just bury them in
the rest of it this season.
Appropriately, they were buried in the middle of the week here. Good, because they're going to be spending the off season not in the playoffs. All right. What do you got here, Mindy? I mean, Boston, I guess we're not, the fork is in, we're testing the temperature. They appear to be done.
Yeah, I mean, and I got a couple pitchers on the mound here that I don't necessarily care for today. So it's like, what do I do now? Clark Schmidt, again, he's one of my least favorite Yankee pitchers, 5.29 ERA. Cutter Crawford has that huge ERA sitting out there, 6.51. Even though I know these teams have kind of had their lulls offensively, I'm going to take the over here today, Ramon. I'm expecting big bats with big ERAs today.
The reported steam came in on the under, but I think, look, if this were September and we had a pennant race and we had, 2 top-notch start, maybe even if it was an old guy like Sale in there or something going up against Garrett Cole and they were battling, this one's got to go over, I would think, in this one. Crawford's gone over in 6 of his last 7 starts. The Red Sox have been absolute money. Right now it stands, my records show, 20 overs and 2 unders and 1 push in the last 23 games. Yankees have gone over, under in 8 of their last 13. Schmidt has gone under in 5 of his last 7. But I think if we were back in New York, maybe it wouldn't be. But no, I want the over. Steam came in on the under. It's showing 9.5 over 15 right now. So it's actually pretty much market wide at 9.5. I'm too lazy. I'm going to leave the 10 on the screen because we'll beat that one, Mindy. Let's go over.
All right.
In the system, we'll get 9.5. In our bets, we'll get 9.5. But I'll leave 10 up there. It's going to be. I've got this one with runs today, and so do you. All right. Chat says take Boston. Jeff Schramm joining us. Great to have Jeff again. Good to see. Looks like there's a shirt. He's got a shirt with a logo now. It could be. It looks like a team. It feels like a baseball. Can you see it? It's bigger.
Brewers, isn't it?
It looks like Brewers, and I really have a trouble with these that small thumbnail. But it looks like that Brewers. That was what I was going to say, and I just didn't want to be wrong.
Looks like the Brew Crew to me.
Great. Okay, and there come the picks. Mike, he's kind of a Yankees expert. I never understand what Mike says, but I appreciate him very much. the computer. He's got those computer ratings, and I'm all about it. But it's not me. It's not any community. It's just that I'm doing the show, and it's too complex for a simple mind like mine to calculate during the show. Thanks. So, and we'll take the over in the Yankees and the Red Sox. Although I feel like that guy, beautiful mind kind of, with the numbers and but on a betting thing, right?
Right.
Marlins and Brewers, fun game here.
Here we go.
Right. I mean, let's look at this. If we had a bunch of billion of sports on a Saturday, we might cram or when we do our football, right, Mindy? Because we'll update everybody on how we're going to cover it starting tomorrow. But this is one we'd probably want to talk about.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking at the favorite heavy play here again. You got Milwaukee with their, I would say perhaps their ace on the mound, and kind of, held in check here with Philly over the weekend. Brew Crew just hits these lefties. I think it could be a little bit of a pitcher's duel here, but in the end, I'm going to go ahead and take the Brewers. I feel like they've just been super hot here lately. Been on them most of last week. So here we go.
Let me update the line because I want the Brewers as well. And I don't know. It seems like the early lines I typed in 2 hours ago were getting all these discounts. Now, maybe I was – and again, there were some – I don't think this was one of them. This was certainly one of the matchups set in stone. So I don't know necessarily. But I'm showing $1.35 at one popular offshore book. I'm showing other numbers out there, $1.40, $1.40, $1.35, $1.42. So maybe I'm giving us a discount here, but whatever the case may be, I'll take another favorite with you, but a good favorite,
right?
The Brewers. Well, look, Miami, their situation. They're in. How can I put it? They're in desperation mode. They're a half a game back of Arizona. They're a little bit hotter than Arizona, but they can't seem to get past them right now. They're the team that's just missing the playoffs, and now they're on the road against a good team, against a pitcher who, ever since Woodruff has come back. But Miami's won 8 of 10. Brewers have won 14 of 20. Good game. I agree. Mindy, I think the starters probably deal here in this one. And but I tell you what, if this thing keeps going any lower, it's 7.5 on screen. It's, I don't know, it got slammed to the under because I'm showing DraftKings 7 over 20. I think that's too far for me, but everyone's calling for a pitcher's duel here for sure. Let's see if the chat is, and then we'll move on. Ron gave out Tampa Bay as his spreadsheet play of the day, and we will get to that game momentarily.
All right.
Here comes Brewers for Thomas, Brewers for Jeff Schramm. And we've got our Tomps here today saying Brewers. And Butterscotch. He's got the Brewers. Here's an under first five. Brewers both under first five. Early on the Brewers. And I'm sorry that I buried the lead because we've already talked about the Yankees. So I guess I can get the opportunity. I don't know if you caught this one actually, Mindy, or we were just but so the game was a no-hitter through 10 innings yesterday.
Oh, the Brewers. Yeah.
And the game ended up. I gave out the under on the show, and that lost. I think it went over, didn't it? No, it was 4-3. Well, I think it went down to 7, so it might have been a push. But so the final ended up 4-3, even though it was a scoreless no-hitter, I think, through 10 innings or something like that, or at least, yeah. So they're baseball, no matter when, something you're never going to see ever. You get something every day, it seems like. All right, let's take the Brewers in this one. Right. Miami's hot, good. I just think it's a good game with Woodruff. Luzardo's back on form, man. But okay, $1.35. That's what's caught my eye just a little bit here.
Value, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Miami's playing well. Luzardo's on a good run again. I know that everybody loves Luzardo. Now that could be a TV show, maybe. Royals and White Sox here with Singer and Cease. So this would not make the show if we were. Go ahead.
Yeah, suddenly the Royals ran into tons of personnel issues. A lot of folks going on to the IL, a lot of changes. I just kind of feel like there hasn't been much going on here with these two teams. I think I'm going to go ahead and be on this White Sox team here today with Dylan Cease. I think the home team here gets it done. Kansas City's just been on a pretty awful run here as of late.
They've lost 12 of 15. White Sox have lost 19 of 27. Now, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Right?
Someone's got to win.
Well, look, I mean, they're treating this game like, I don't know. Could the starters be so bad it ends up at the total right there? It says it, right? That's not a mistake. Well, maybe it is. Let me see what the line is. Do I have that total wrong? It's got to be wrong. Oh, here's the thing. So I'm showing Cease. You're showing Cease. We're all showing Cease.
No, not Cease?
No, it's all okay. The books. I don't think any books have the line out yet, unless anybody can tell me one that does. But so maybe I'm a little wrong on this total. I'm trying to play bookmaker here because I didn't see one, and maybe I have this totally wrong. It's going to be higher than that. I'm going to go over. Yeah, it's got to be a higher. I'm going to make it a higher. I'm going to put it at 9.5. I mean, how can it not be? But I don't know. Could the White Sox be a slight favorite? Could they be a bigger favorite than 120? I don't know.
They might be a bigger favorite. I don't know though. I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, Mindy likes the White Sox. I'll take the over. Whatever it is. I don't. I'm playing the spot here. I'm looking at what you said. Cease has a 10 ERA in his last 4 starts, and Singer has an 11 ERA in his last 3
my
starts.
God.
Why wouldn't they give up 10 runs in 5 innings? Seems like they're giving up a run an inning, each of them. Put them out over 4 innings. There's 8 runs right there. All right. Everyone will be watching this one. Monday Night Football. Make sure you put it on your next screen there. All right, here's Royals. Brent says Royals plus run and a half if you put a gun to my head. I might take the gun. All right. I've got 1 in 6 chance maybe. Here, 5 in 6 chance. I'll continue. I'll watch this game. All right. Here we go. That's morbid. Probably not appropriate on Tony's channel. Here's the Rays and the Twins with Glasnow and Sonny Gray. Glasnow $1.20, maybe lower now, maybe even $1. I'm going to call it $1.20 here for Glasnow. 7.5. A full run has been lopped off of this one. A full half a run. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like the Rays. I'll go with Ron here today. Tampa Bay's won 4 of their last 5. The Rays still here have, a decent pitching staff, and Sonny Gray just gave up 3 runs in 6 innings last time out. So yeah, I like the Rays here today, Romo.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about the Rays, they're obviously in position right now that they're kind of, they're number 1 wild card. There's just no way. I mean, just play out the season, they're going to be the number 1 wild card. They're going to clinch. They're going to win that. I don't think they'll blow that lead, and they probably not going to catch. They're just 3 games back. I think they're 4 back in the loss column. So I mean, there is motivation there still to catch Baltimore. It just doesn't feel like they can get there. Glasnow's been real good of late. So has Gray. No doubt about it. And I guess that's why you've seen that steam coming in on the under here in this game. It does feel like it. But both these teams have been trending over. Oh, no. Yeah. If anything, yeah. I'm gonna take the over in this one. Now that I got it 7.5. And Mindy on the Rays. I'm not questioning the motivation of the Rays. I think they have the proper motivation. I think Minnesota's, motivation is, they're in the same boat, right? I mean, they're not going to get caught either. Interesting. It's not as good of a game as I imagined. Still a good game. Playoff bound teams. Make no mistake. Here's Butterscotch on Tampa Bay. R. Thompson says the Rays. And Michael Thompson here with Tampa Bay. Next up is the Athletics in that big line I talked about. I have it at $3 there, but it looks like it's actually gone down here to $2.75 or so because the A's have been a pretty consistent team here of late. They've had a nice run, playing a little bit above 500 here. Don't know if it's going to help them here against the Astros, but good job, A's.
But it is one of these that we talk about. Well, maybe I just talk about it. It seems like when Valdez has a rough time versus this A's team. I'm hoping he doesn't this time. But it's like I feel like I just have to go with the A's on the run line. It's like historically with me, it's where it's been is he's just had a hard time with them. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm going to take the A's here on the run line today against Framber.
No problem there. Mindy on the A's in this one. On the run line, plus 1.5 here at, I'll call it plus $1.10, plus $1.05. Certainly right in there. These two teams in this, we know the A's are always a road dog. They're 40 and 30 to the over on the road. Houston at home, 41 and 30 to the over as a favorite, 55 and 44 as a favorite to the over. It's going over. I'm going over. Valdez has gone over in 7 of his last 10 starts. The A's have gone over in 6 of their last 10 with a push. But Astros 23, 8-1 to the over in their last 32 games. Valdez has been sharp. I think the Astros can get their run. They're certainly, not letting up, I don't think, at this point. They're way back of Baltimore. I'm not sure they can get there. But all right, Mindy, on A's run line, I will take the over. And here is some comments from the play. Butterscotch, maybe that's just it. I feel like if I could take 2.5, I guess I could. I could do whatever I want.
2.5 sounds real good.
It's our show, but trying to keep it within the realm of what we offer at the site, Mindy. All right. Over looks good to Burley. And James may be on the over in this one with me. We've got next up the Cubs and the Rockies. And maybe I've been selling old Wicks short here. I'm a little bit skeptical of late arrivals, but he's obviously worked his way into this regular season rotation right now, given the Cubs' situation with their pitching, and he's done a pretty nice job here, worthy enough to be a big favorite here of $1.70 at the Rockies, no doubt.
Well, I feel like Wicks has thrown multiple scoreless innings, Ramon. I think he's overachieved what he was expected to do here thus far. So it's been a pretty big highlight for the Cubs. But I also saw Cubs are bringing up their outfield prospect today, right? Pete Crow Armstrong. I don't know if he's going to go ahead and get the start today, but I don't know who's he going to replace. Like Suzuki. I'm not quite sure how that's going to go in the outfield today. If he gets he got the call, just means, I guess, if he's going to get in, but he might. I think the Rockies or the Cubs might go ahead and run away with this one versus the Rockies. I like the Cubs today, sitting at minus 170.
Okay, Mindy on the Cubs here with Wicks. 2.16 in those 3 starts. What a nice job here, and nice to have someone come up, and you need performance from to help. You want to get a player experience as well, but you need the contribution, so it's worked out just fine. The Cubs are in the thick of this wild card race. They're in position right now, but just 2 games ahead of Arizona and 2.5 against Miami, and they still got Philadelphia in their sights. So great job for him. Freeland's been bad. You'd rather have a guy like Wicks, I guess, than a guy like Freeland. I know we got to go on the road here in Colorado. Too high. I'm not gonna. We've laid some chalk
Too
here.
high, too high, too low, too low.
I'll take the under. I'll take the under. Come on, I'll take the under. Cubs have gone under in 12 of their last 16. Rockies have been going over, but this season have been an under at home, certainly. So I'll take. Mindy's going to take the favorite with the Cubs here, and I will try the under. All right. Angels and Mariners here with Reed Detmers against Gilbert here. Logan Gilbert. This one's a big favorite here. 215, 7.5 over 15.
Yeah, I mean, the Mariners suddenly can't find their way to a win, but they are aiming for their 5th straight win over this Angels team.
Oh.
I think they go ahead and get it done here again. I'll take the Mariners on the run line in this one. Yeah, Angels just haven't really been all that great versus right-handed pitchers. The only 8 for 29. I'm going to take the Mariners here.
Yeah, Angels haven't been all that great. They've won 3 of their last 4. I'll give them that.
Right, and, which is better than what the Mariners have done.
Right. Well. Right. I mean, they've lost 8 of 12. What's going on?
Well, the Mariners had a tough time versus the Rays there. Tough time.
Yeah, maybe they're playing a good team. But Gilbert's been solid, so Mariners can get back on track here. Maybe they've won 10 of his last 12 starts. That's where, and the Angels have lost 6 of Detmer's last 8 starts. So that does seem like, can they get a run line out of this, though? Oh, God. I think we'll have good pitching here. I'll take the under. It got steamed under. I can't go under 8 anymore. They're kind of in a situation, Angels as road dogs, they often go over, and the Mariners as home favorites kind of trend over a little bit as well. But I'll take the under. Mindy's on the Mariners run line. We need another player or two here today to round out. Give us a little package. I think we've got a few. We got 4, I think.
4, yep.
Okay. And here's the Guardians and the Giants in interleague action here with the Giants minus $1.40 and the total 7.5 over 15.
I'm responding to Darren real quick.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Boom.
Nice.
All right. Oh, and then I spelled it wrong after all that. Oh, well. But what do we got? The Guardians versus the San Francisco Giants. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take this Giants team here today. I think they're, Alex Cobb, he's been pretty decent. Gavin Williams has been pretty decent. It should be a great pitching matchup here today. That's for sure. But I'm going to give credit to the Giants bats. They are averaging 4.59 runs of offense. The Guardians are just a little bit over 4. I think the big difference here is what the Giants has been doing on defense lately. They've only allowed 3.85 runs of offense to their opponents over their last 5 games here. Plus the bullpen has been pretty steady. I'm going to go ahead and go with Alex Cobb and the Giants today.
I'm gonna too. I'm sorry I left the chat out of the last game. I'm, been doing that more and more lately. Again, because of Mindy's. I'm blaming Mindy, but I'm complimenting
you. You can blame me. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah. I'll take the Giants with you. Maybe the chat. Hopefully they won't get all mad and not type their play in anymore. Verley's on the Giants here in this one. I'll take the Giants here. Williams has a 7 ERA in his last 3 starts. Guardians do give him plenty of run support, but they've lost 5 of their last 7 right now. Giants with the 3-game win streak there over the Rockies. Hats off to them. Keaton Wynn yesterday gave out on the show as I gave out a run line, believe it or not, Mindy.
You did?
On the Giants. And they won 6-3. Butterscotch on the Giants as well. And of course, I just have to do it now because you made it funny out of it. And Mindy, of course, is Flad, you got that money.
It's all about the Benjamins.
Or the Flenjamins. And take the Giants. Let's get them in there for our fifth pick. I like them. I wish it was. Well, like I said, I think we get in there for 140. I'll leave 145 up. I don't know how much further. I don't know how much more it'll go, but let's take them. We do have one more to look at, and well, Padres. This is a spot where they'll probably be a little bit overmatched. I feel like here. But I think Mookie did return. I said yesterday on the show that there would be no Mookie, but I think he did return yesterday, actually. So great. And here, if anything, the Dodgers are $1.65 with a total 9.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Dodgers. Sorry, Ramon here. Dodgers are still putting up too much offense, I think. 5.62 runs of offense with Mookie and Freddie in there. And the Padres only 4.9. So they've been struggling a little bit. Again, if I take a look at what's going on here defensively for the Dodgers, they don't allow much. Only been allowing their opponents to 3.89 runs of offense. The Padres are almost 5.49. So when you have a 5.49 versus a team that's scoring 5.62, I mean, we're looking at 5 or 6 runs here today, I think, for this Dodgers team. I think it's going to be too much. I'll take them.
All right. Yeah, I do like the Dodgers here. I'm concerned about the price because it feels like this is a spot for the Padres to be a little bit looser. No, I like the Dodgers. I don't like the price, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
All right, we're taking the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Writing it down.
Oh yeah. I actually was hot on a total. I really wanted to go over. I really thought it. I didn't know it was going to come 9 over 50. Yeah, maybe I did, but you got to like the potential for all. You already said the Dodgers going to score 5 or 6. I mean, you think that with Stone, I'm sure it's being categorized here. 3 starts so far, and he's got a 15 ERA. Avila walked off the mound last time and practically was in tears after the game with emotion from a surprising, incredible start. I don't think he's all that, but you'd think that the Dodgers, who have gone over in 13 of their last 18, the Padres have gone over in 11 of their last 17. So, all right. We've got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess we'll recap them here.
That's the show, unless you guys can find some other sports for us to throw out some free sports picks on. Mindy, the WNBA playoffs are set. We'll cover those this week as well. But Minnesota and Connecticut, Chicago and Las Vegas will take place on Wednesday. Washington and the Liberty, Atlanta and Dallas will open on Friday.
Those were some wild, high-scoring games yesterday, too. Overtime.
Probably, yeah. Looking back, boy, once the first, I was like kicking myself a little bit. I'm like, why someone who, I know the analytics. I mean, it might have even been fooled yesterday yourself. I don't know. I didn't see actually, but
the lines weren't there, Ramon, so we couldn't put any plays in.
Oh, well, right. Okay. Understood. I want to make light of that. But let me just categorize the league then just a little bit. Last day of this, probably should have seen it coming. The analytics weren't going to pay off on the last game of the season. They were playing it like they were NBA players a little bit. Not a care in the world. But and the other thing was, right, is that the Sky had wrapped up the playoffs on Friday. Yeah, there was a little bit of jostling between the 5 and the 7 seeds available, even the 1 and 2. But all the Aces needed to do is win, so there were really not much at stake in the games for even these teams that we know had played such ferocious defense all season long when the games mattered. Unlike some other basketball playing genders we know. All right, here come I can say that's a perfectly legal statement, right?
Yep. That's
all right. Orioles money line, Toronto money line, Yankees over, Brewers money line, Giants money line, Dodgers money line, and we're not together. We might be, I don't even know if we are in the total. Don't say anything. We can't. Mindy, get premium plays from Mindy and I. Find out who we like in
That's right.
the game tonight over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to get our premium pick packages. For Mindy's going to be, I don't know, I'm going to have baseball.
Yep, I'll have some baseball.
Well, and here's what yesterday, Mindy, and you talked about on the leaderboard, how well we did in the NFL. I did not want to cheapen. I felt great about the card. I feel great about my read so far on the season, and I did not want to cheapen my potential, by high volatility baseball games. That's what
I know. I kicked myself for putting up two baseball losers yesterday myself. Should have just kept it out of there.
No, especially given how well you did with on the NFL card. So look like the handicappers had a pretty good day on that. Check out the premium pick packages over at Tony'sPicks.com. As I said, packages up there right now from our crew. Just throw them in your cart. I'm going to buy Collins Brown, $15 best bet right here. And here's a 3-pack. That's how you do it at the site. Tony T's got his 3-pack up, and Nick does as well. And don't forget the pick ticker games in chronological order, team by team information, so you can always get the latest picks from the crew at Tony'sPicks.com. All right.
And then over the next couple of days, how we're going to do it is Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll do some college football.
Okay,
and
great.
Then Thursday, Friday, we'll do some NFL coverage. And
all NFL, I think.
Throw some, some baseball in there as well, and WNBA. So there we go.
Yeah,
that's kind of how the lineup kind of work from now on till we get to NBA and NHL.
Yeah, and with those short, I don't know, Mindy. I don't feel. We'll talk about backstage too, and maybe I'll just. But the NFL, maybe we might take some of those late college, because and still toss out some baseball because college is so big. We'll see. I'll talk to you about it. Appreciate everybody in the chat. All of hi everybody that didn't come to see me without Mindy. All right. Thanks a lot. Great job. Great show. Catch you tomorrow with more morning steam. You guys are our superstars.
For sure.
The only reason,
and I'm feeling like 100%. Like, I feel like
really?
I'm back. Yeah.
I didn't even ask. How rude of me.
It took a long time. It was like 2 weeks. It wasn't very good.
Okay.
It was a long time.
For the 100%, Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.